Hey y'all, welcome to Naura's Takes, where you hear my takes. And today I'm with my dad, and we're going to talk about parenting and his particular style of parenting, because I think my father has been very intentional about how he's raised us, and that stems from his childhood. So tell us a little bit about your childhood and why you're a parent.
Okay, first of all, as you know, my name is Jean-Pierre Rukundo for those who are listening to us. And I grew up as the only child in the house. So there was no woman, no other child,
So
no siblings.
he didn't grow up with his mom or dad.
Yes, that's what I meant. Yeah. So, and then my uncle, who is my dad and my father, same time we can say, he was a paraplegic person. He couldn't walk. So that means he used to tell me, hey, sit down. I want to talk to you. So I was not a beaten child. Everything, I think, is from that.
Yeah.
So I can give punishment.
Yeah.
But I really feel that it's not necessary to beat or to smack kids.
Instead, he just talks to us for hours and hours.
I rather lecture you. So, and I know you don't like it.
Yeah, but I'd rather you lecture me than beat me, I guess. But
yeah,
sometimes it's just beat me. I'm tired.
Yeah. Sometimes, hey, Dad, finish your talking.
Yeah.
Or just smack me like one slap and let me go.
But I think, obviously, it's annoying sometimes. But I think I'll appreciate it one day because it kind of forces us to think about why we did it. What are the consequences?
Yeah, I think.
And it's more effective than beating because people get beat, but they do it again. But when you talk to us, sometimes we do it again, but it makes us more aware of the consequences of our actions. And
yeah, and another thing I took from my education, my parenting, from my
uncle.
Yeah, it's the encouragement. Mm-hmm. So I remember he used to come when I play soccer.
Yeah,
he used to bring pots.
Yeah,
and folk.
Yeah,
and he would make sounds. Ding, 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 when I'm playing.
Yeah,
and he was kind of boosting my energy, and I want to make him proud.
Yeah,
so I was like, I was unstoppable.
Yeah,
so
and you did that for us.
Yeah, you remember when you used to do presentation at school,
and you would come.
I'll come and I would sit behind, and and if you go for anything that, or if Ryan goes to play soccer, I get crazy and I'm chilling and I'm running.
Yeah.
So but when you are a parent, you do what you used to see. Mm-hmm. So whatever I'm doing now, it's what I used to see.
Yeah.
So I saw that from my
uncle.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I remember on my birthdays, he would bring flowers to school.
Yeah. Because even himself, he had a scooter. Yeah. And on my birthday, but I never seen that because we didn't celebrate birthdays. And there it's not a big deal. Yeah. But I remember whenever he came from wherever he went, he used to bring some cakes. Yeah. So it was kind of rewarding for me. Yeah. So that's what I do. That's what I do, and I always emphasize on the emotion side because I know you need to be acknowledged when you do something.
Because a lot of parents think you have a roof over your head, you have clothes on your back, you're fed. That's all you need.
I have to let you see me as much you can. Yeah. But I know I have to go to work, but it doesn't have to be something that will take all my time from my kids. Yeah.
So how do you think not having a dad or a mom or a typical family has affected the way you've raised us?
Oh, I think it could have been worse if I took this that story of mine in another path. Yeah. But I chose to do differently and to make things like smooth than what I saw.
Yeah, so like getting married and
yeah. So then I'm like, I want to give my kids the best I can, mostly regarding values, regarding not being somebody who gives up. It's not about money.
Yeah.
Life, it's not about money. Yes, we need money because, we need to eat.
Yeah.
But you might get money and you might be a drunk person.
Yeah.
Or you might indulge yourself limitlessly. So you need to know your boundaries in every aspect. So that's what I want my kids to take from me.
Yeah.
As your show is Naura's Take. So take that. Right?
So what's something that, like, as a parent, you would never do, or something you regret doing in the past?
When
like
raising you?
Yeah, which I can't even think of anything, but I'm like interested in what
for now, whenever I did something wrong, I can correct it because I'm still here.
Yeah.
But I don't recall anything because we spend a lot of time together.
Yeah.
Then that's my goal.
Yeah.
And I always ask you
how you're doing.
Yeah, how am I doing? Do you feel comfortable?
Yeah.
And the thing I don't want to see, because I know some parents, they like to see when they come home, kids are afraid.
Yeah.
That means it's respect. Like the authority, the respect. I want my kids to feel happy when I'm in.
Yeah.
Not to feel like, oh, my dad gonna do this, my mom gonna do this.
I don't like that sort of fear. Doesn't really bring respect because your kids are just gonna hide things.
There's a lot of secret around. Yes, you can have a secret, but there is a way to say things without harming anybody. Yeah. So that's how I am. That's what I'm trying to do. But I'm proud not to have lied to anybody.
Yeah. And I really love that. I feel, because I feel like when parents lie to their kids, because you're a huge part of my identity, right? Like half of you is like my history. And so I feel like when if you lie to me, like you're kind of robbing myself. You're robbing me from a part of myself. Like if you had lied about your family and said if you were ashamed of how you grew up and you had a mom and a dad, like
out of my sight. Yeah. Yeah.
That would be really detrimental to me. And a lot of parents do this. Like I know like in your community of like orphans, kind of, I don't know. There's a lot of people who have lied to their kids.
Because back home, there is a lot of things that are considered as heavy.
Yeah, or taboos.
A taboo. There is a way to stay that without being rude, without being shameful to anyone. I teach you to be a human being who can understand the pain of the other side. Yeah. So you're lucky. Yeah. There is a lot of things that you have, or you can get just you slap your finger and you get it. Yeah. And I want to teach you that that's not how life is. There's some kids out there who are suffering to get 1 meal a day. Yeah. So that's what you do, guys. You're trying to understand the pain of someone who is not fortunate as you. Yeah. So we do a lot of things together, and I'm so proud of that.
I'm very proud of you for that too, because I feel like you've raised me to be a very empathetic person. And one thing I really love about how you've raised us is that you've always asked, like, if you're doing things correctly, if there's something as a father that you would want us to change. And I think, and I've told my friends about that, and I thought it was normal at some point, like for parents to ask for feedback, but it's like not, it's very rare. I've never heard of another like parent doing that. And I think, because no one wants to hear like from their kids that you're doing something wrong. So I feel like for you to like kind of separate yourself from your ego and really just look on how you can be the best father, is really amazing, and it's really made me respect you. And honestly, I feel like you're my best friend. Like, I can tell you anything, and like
and another thing, I know in the future, you, if you want to, you might be a parent too.
Yeah.
So we are building a generation. So if I don't show you or I don't teach you to accept sometimes your mistakes, or ask your partner, your friend, your whoever, that how am I doing? So then you get a feedback, and you know you can correct this or this. Or you can justify yourself if you think what you did was right. So if I don't show you that, when you're going to learn from that?
Exactly.
So,
Another thing that's so important and so beneficial about how you've raised me is that, like, you're setting me up to have great relationships in the future, or to not accept anything less than that. Because, you know, like, a lot of people, if they've had like bad parents in the home, their romantic relationships suffer because of that, and or their friendships suffer because they don't know what like real love is.
Honestly speaking, sometimes it's not a nice world. Then together we can have maybe a better world, but the better world we start within the house. Dear parent, a better life, a better world we are looking for has to be like the core of that is the nuclear family.
Also, another thing that we didn't mention is that not only do you love me and Ryan a lot, but like you also love our mom a lot. So like we've had a good representation of what like a healthy couple looks like, and a realistic representation. It's not like you guys hide anything. Obviously, I'm sure you guys have conversations in private that we don't need to be a part of. Obviously. But like, we see you guys like argue sometimes, but it's never it's never been explosive. You guys, we've seen you guys like have conversations where you're trying to like peut-être like
c'est pas comme ça.
Or trying to communicate to like come towards a solution. Like, you guys have always appeared as a team. I've never seen you guys like mom versus dad. It's always been like mom and dad versus the problem.
So if you see us like having an argument and fixing it, maybe front of you or later on you see everything has been resolved. So that shows how a couple sometimes is. Nothing is rosy. We can have some arguments, some
disagreements.
And then the main thing is not to have them. The main thing is to solve them. Because they will be always there.
Exactly. So, my last two questions actually are, what do you wish for me and Ryan? And what is the biggest joy from being a parent? For you.
First of all, I didn't ask you to come on this earth. I wanted you. So, and then I'm proud to have, to have you in my life. But I know I have to teach you how to move forward without me. Because there will be a time that you have to fly.
On my own.
On your own. So that means I'm proud up to now, the way you conduct yourself. Because at your age, some are kind of not easy to handle. So up to now, I'm satisfied. So that's a big thing. Really a big thing. And you can open up and tell me some stuff that you're not even supposed to tell me. You might hide something, but actually, if it's honestly, a major thing,
Actually, I think I've told you everything. Maybe not.
That's what I'm saying. No. As long as it's not harmful, that's good. Then I'm proud of that, and I'm proud that we can communicate. Overall, I've told you that. I think I did, and you and Ryan. I can give you up to now, like
A+.
Yeah, 8. No, over 10, it's like 8. But 2, it's those those hidden stuff.
So
I don't
8
know.
out of 10. I'm an 8 out of 10 daughter.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So how can I be a 10 out of 10 daughter?
It won't happen. You are a human being.
Okay, yeah.
Never.
Okay.
Yeah, if you are this kind of like
8.5.
8.5.
Yeah, I think you're like 9 and 10.
You're praising me, man. It's okay. And another question you were asking?
No, I think that's it.
That's about it?
Yeah.
There's anything you want me to change?
I think like when I'm sad or something, or like when I'm not in a good mood, you always want to fix it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Or like sometimes you can't fix it. Sometimes you can just like sit down with me, or I don't know, or maybe give me some space.
Okay.
But sometimes there's things we just can't fix. And I know it comes from like love and like pure intentions. But sometimes, you know, when you're like sad about something and like they're trying to fix it, but then they're kind of hovering over you.
Yeah, I see. Okay, yeah. Culture thing.
Ooh, yeah.
That's a huge one.
Yeah.
I grew up in Burundi.
Yeah.
I have my own way to do things. Especially when I'm telling you something and I'm not being so specific.
Yeah.
So tell me about it.
Okay. Obviously, like, I grew up kind of like balancing 2 cultures. Like when I'm at school, I'm in Canada, and then when I come home, I'm in Burundi.
I always tell you that. Yeah.
What's something cultural? I don't know. There's some things that are just normal to me, like because it's my culture too, to a certain degree. So there are some things like we do.
Oh
yeah.
What?
Or wait, c'est quoi le mot? Hunze, yeah. Le wamugao avec, and I'm like, il y a beaucoup d'hommes dans le monde, papa. Like, you have to tell. Wawundi. I'm like, c'est qui ça?
All right.
Or sometimes. Oh, I remember when I was younger, because you know there's the S word, and then there's like ish, right?
Yeah.
But then when I was younger, like obviously when you're little, like swearing is like disgusting. Like you never want to hear that. And when you would say ish shit, I would always be embarrassed.
The other one.
I was always, because I was like, oh no, people are thinking that my dad just swore. But
no,
it's
not the S one.
It's just come like it. That's
it's like hey.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not that S one. It's
exactly.
a hash.
What?
No.
What?
SH is hash.
What's something else?
Yeah, that one is.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when I push you to learn Kirundi,
I like it.
Yeah, that's good.
Jero ndashaka kuvuga ikirundi.
Yuka urabizi kandi.
Kubera ndi Murundi kazi. Et c'est important que birakenewe que je sois connected.
Ndashaka kumenya Burundi cyane.
Ndashaka kuguma Murundi kazi. Sishaka ku être muzungu.
Oh, okay.
Ndakeneye ku préserver la culture.
Ndakeneye kugumana umuco.
Ouais, ego. Ndakeneye kugumana umuco.
Voilà.
Un jour, I need to like live in Burundi for like 3 months, because I have it. Like,
you have a plan.
Amazi. Comment est-ce qu'on dit animaux? Ibikoko. Amasahani. Umuceri. Mukate. Like, I have it. Like,
yeah, I know. That's kushobora kuvuga ikirundi.
Yeah, ndafise amajambo menshi ariko ku formula amajambo ikiwazo, like a question. Biragoye. Ariko ndashaka kugerageza un peu plus.
C'est ça, erega nuko nyene. Yeah, so...
Thank you, Papa. Merci.
Merci
I
à toi.
really enjoyed having you on as my first guest.
All right.
And
what is the name again with
Naura's Takes? It's all about me.
Qu'est-ce que ça veut dire
Naura's Takes? Alors, takes, c'est comme like an opinion. Like a
so
take.
it's Naura's opinion, Naura's views.
Ouais. Mais obviously, avec Jean-Pierre, Naura's and JP's takes for today.
Okay.
But yeah.
So thank you for inviting me.
You're
and I'll be proud to, not to shadow you, but to just see what you're doing.
Yeah. And thank you for your equipment.
Yeah, the equipment is there. It's for you whenever you want to use them. Whenever you want to invite a guest, feel free. So, merci.
Merci. Make sure to tune in for my next episode where I will be interviewing my best friend. Thank you.